welcome back to the Crafty Monkey channel. My name is Amanda and this is Cookie. In today's video I will be showing you a combined haul of some items I bought from a website called Crafty Stash and an order I placed on Hochanda. So we'll start with the Hochanda order and then I'll move on to the Crafty Stash. Okay, so the order that I placed on Hochanda, which as I've mentioned before is a crafting channel here in the UK, was from a company called All and Create. That's AALL and Create. They do lots of different stamps, lots of different styles, and they tend to do lots of different bundles of stamps and stencils on Hochanda. This is one of their new releases. I bought this as a full collection. I've had some of these stamps before and I've really liked them. They're really cute. I may have to take some of them out of the packet, so I'm sorry for the rustling because I'm getting glare from my light. So this is a new collection by a designer called Janet Klein. She does these cute little big-eyed characters. So I bought a selection of them before, and this was a new release around about 3 weeks ago on Hochanda. So I'll bring the stamps in one at a time to show you. So the first stamp in this set is the steampunk. It's called Time Warp, and you get the girl. I love that she's got like a cog for an eye, and you get this as a steampunk hat, and then the steampunk word, and then let's do the Time Warp again from one of my, which is the same from one of my favourite films, Rocky Horror. You turn it over and you can see the actual size of the stamp, so they're quite decent sized stamps. These are really good actually. One of her other sets of stamps that I've had, I stamped these onto sticker paper, then I coloured them in with watercolour pencils, and then they're quite easy to cut round, and I was able to cut round them and turn them into big stickers, and I used them in a planner decoration. So that was the first one in the set, and this one and was two others that I wanted, so which is why I bought the entire collection. So that's that one. Then this one, which is Curly Girl. So again, you can sort of see the big eyes, and she always has a flower or something around one of the eyes. That's sort of the signature of the designer. You get like this cute little ladybird flower, Curly Girl. Never let anyone dull your curls. You can see the size of the stamp there. And you've got these two little flowers as well, which you could use separately. And then there is this one, which is Happy Hour. So there were no figures in this one. This is just items that you can use to help build a scene. Janet Klein is all about sort of like building sort of cute cartoony scenes. So in this one you get the TV, you get the drinks trolley with all the glasses and bottles on, happy hour, won't limit happy hour to any hour, and I said pour yourself a drink, put on some lipstick and pour yourself together, which is sometimes the same we all need. You can see the size of those. So these are sort of good, you can mask off around them and stamp the little cuties' faces into the TV. Look quite cute. And then there is this one. This is a slightly bigger set. This one is called Have a Seat. So again, as I said, building up the scene. So you've got the sofa and the chair. You've got the little teddy bear and cushions talking to you, makes my day. And then you've got the cutie. It's quite difficult to see. I'll turn it over in a second. You can see the stamp. And she's sort of sitting, so you can mask off and have her angles and sort of look just like she's sitting on the sofa. So there's the stamp, so you can see her better here. I mean, with these sort of characters, if you have enough of them on this sofa now, you could sort of do your own version of the Friends opening. I think that would look quite cute. And then there's this one. So Janet also does cute sort of wacky animals. I have a chicken stamp from her, which is, as you say chicken and people think, why would you want a chicken stamp? But it is the dumbest and funniest looking chicken you've ever seen, and he brightens up and he sort of project you're doing, because having him peeking in from the corner just makes everything hilarious. So you've got, these are strange birds, so I think they're meant to be parrots and a toucan, but they're quite cute. These are very easy to colour in. There's not a lot of colouring in needed on these. You've got some funny sayings. I quite like this one. It's meant to be hey, but there were too many other options. Story of life, really. I'm sort of a strange bird. That also applies to me. And then those are the size of them. On the back, as I said, not a lot of colouring needed for these. They're quite blocky, so they would colour in quite nice. These would look nice in quite bright and hyper realistic colours. Then Janet also does designs, cartoon designs of famous people. I have a Frida Kahlo one, but now she's done some more. So this is her Marilyn stamp. So this is Marilyn Monroe. And we've got two Marilyn sayings. You've got the classic 7-year itch pose here. And this is a pose from the song Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. So it is meant to be Marilyn, but you could colour these in anyway. If you painted this one red with red hair, she would look completely different. Change the colour of the dress, don't make this white, suddenly looks completely different. But those are the size of stamp. They're quite detailed, these stamps. They will look quite good once they're all stamped up and coloured. You could get your glitter pens out or your embossing powders out on these, and they would look amazing. So this is the other stamp I wanted from the collection, which is why I ended up buying the full collection, because it worked out better to buy the full collection than buy 2 individual stamps. And then we have Laurel and Hardy, or Stan and Ollie. There's probably a generation of people who don't know who these are, but I remember watching them, Channel 4 on the morning during summer holidays. So you've got Stan and Ollie, and then obviously you've got the classic Another Fine Mess, you've got Me Into, and You Must Make a Noise, Make It Quietly, which are two very famous quotes from Stan and Ollie. And that's the size of them on the back. Again, quite substantial size stamps, again with quite a lot of detail. These would look good coloured, or left just black and white. The images speak for themselves. And the final stamp in that collection is based on Salvador Dali. Said I have a Frida Kahlo stamp, so she's doing a collection of artistes. So you have Salvador Dali here, and then you have a copy of his signature, and then the classic melting clock. If anybody knows Dali's work, this is the image most people remember. And then some of his sayings: I'm not strange, I'm just not normal. Again, that's a cool quote to use. It doesn't have to be used with Dali. It would work with those birds as well. Combine it with the I'm quite a strange bird quote, and it would work quite nice. And then that's the size. Those. This would look really good actually if you had a die that was a clock. You could cut it out and then sort of bend it into sort of like Dali's melted clock form, and then stamp him in. But he would look good, equally good on messy backgrounds, weird backgrounds, any sorts of backgrounds really, because it would fit with his style of artwork. So this is the second part of this haul, and I ordered this from a website called Crafty Stash. I'd never heard of them before, and I found them because I was looking for this Graphic 45 Tag and Pocket album. I'd ordered one from Hochanda and it got cancelled because they couldn't get the stock in, so I went on the hunt to find one, and I found one on this site called Crafty Stash, and they had a few other things on there that I had seen being demoed on Hochanda and hadn't bought because they'd either sold out or I just didn't get round to it. and so I ordered everything there. So I'll start with the pocket and tag album. So this is a Graphic 45 4 by 5 inch tag album. Take the band off. So this is the album. It's blank and it's all ready for you to decorate. I want to decorate this with the Moon and Me paper that I showed a few videos back. I think that will look brilliant. That's what I was waiting to come in from Hochanda. So you open it up and it has the already done mini album for you. I haven't got around to learning how to make these myself yet, so I thought I would buy a ready-made one, have a go at decorating it, something I like, then maybe I can look into getting the templates to make one myself. So you have a blank page, and then you have a removable tag, slots into there, and then there is an opening here, so you could make something that slides in there. And then you get another pocket here, and a blank page, and a blank page, and each signature is exactly the same. And you get this sort of big double page spread. You can maybe try and do some sort of pop-up element here, sort of to cover over the rivet and the spine. So I think this is quite a good idea if you've never made or decorated a mini album before. A lot of the hard work's been done for you. You just have to cut your mats and layers to fit on the pages and to decorate up your tag and add embellishments. And then you can have a go at making your own elements to slot in to the side here. You could make some bigger tags that slotted into the side. That would look quite good. But it takes a lot of the maths out of it. And then the next thing I bought is this stencil. This is by the Textures brand by Lou Collins, and this is from their Reflections range, and it's heart fragments. So it is all these little hearts with little dots. So this would look quite good for background, or you could put texture paste through it. I don't have a lot of stencils, and I see people working with them on the crafting channels, and everything they do looks amazing. So I always think, oh, I should have a go at that, and then I never get round to it. So I thought I'd give this a go. This would also look quite nice. You could doodle through this onto maybe some black paper with neon pens. Doodle around the hearts and the dots. Make like a doodly mindful page, or do some Zentangling. So that's the back, and this is the stamp that they recommend to go along with the stencil. I just bought the stencil. Then I bought these two items from the Dylusions range. I've taken the band off this and I can't find where it's gone, but I'll explain what it is in a minute. I saw these on Hochanda, and they sold out within minutes of them being on air, and they haven't had them back in, or I think they've just had them back in, but I'd already ordered from Crafty Stash. So this is a traveller's notebook sized book, so it would fit into most TN folders or covers, but this is already done messy backgrounds. So this is the kind of effect you can get with Distress Oxides or Distress Inks, stencils and stamps building up layers, but all the work has been done for you. So you can use these pages to just stamp directly on, add some sentiments, and you're done. You haven't had to mess around doing all the backgrounds. I thought this was a really good idea. I'm not very confident with stenciling or doing these backgrounds. I always look at them and then don't think they're very good. They're probably okay, but I always think that they just don't look as good as the ones that I see on TV. So this sort of idea, to have these already done, I could test out ideas that I want to do with, say, some cutouts or die cuts, and they should look okay. Quite a variety of colours, a variety of styles. So some of them are starting to look a little bit similar, but it would be if you, say, covered a piece of A3 and you were taking a section from over here and then a section from over here and combining it together. And now they repeat. So you sort of get two of every sort of background page. Just quickly carry on. So they are slightly different. So there's a bit more of a paint drag on this one. So that was that, which I thought was a very clever idea. And then the other item are these back chat stickers. I'm going to open these up. Dylusions is by the Ranger brand, who make the distress inks and the distress oxides that everybody knows. But this is sort of the next sort of mixed media stage of their company. So these are back chat stickers, so you can peel these off and stick them onto cards or into your art journal, into your planner and things like that. And I love these because they are exactly the kind of quotes that I always wanted and think you could get. There is a place, I always think there's a place for dream big and you got this and things like that, but sometimes you want something else, particularly if you have a slightly sarcastic sense of humour like me. So so getting out of bed is almost always the wrong decision. That is true. I don't know how to put this nicely, so I won't. Nothing makes me more productive than the last minute. Someday you'll go far and I hope you stay there. I don't want to do things. Things suck. My mentality most of my life. I like this one. Does running away from your problems count as exercise? And then there's some where they haven't quite sworn, but they have added in words, which I find these really funny, and they've blanked out some of the words again. I think these are brilliant. This is set 2. I haven't seen what set 1 is, but if they're as good as these, I would like to get hold of them. Like this one. Well, here I am, disguised as a responsible adult. Whoever said that suddenly you reached the age of 21 and you suddenly meant to know exactly what you're doing with your life, that I want to find that person, because I'm nearly 36 and I still don't really know what I want to do. This is something I would love to say to people. I'd never say this out loud, but it's something I've wanted to say to certain people over the years. And this one, You Go Girl and Don't Come Back, for several people. This one had my patience tested, turns out I'm negative. Okay, so my phone told me my storage was full, so if the camera's moved, I apologise. So these are some of the next lot of sayings. One day I shall rule the world, until then I'm going to bed. That's another apt saying. Again, when I told you I was normal, I may have exaggerated slightly. Again, this links in with some of the stamps I showed her. Yeah, my phone was telling me my storage was full, so I've had to delete some pictures off my phone. My phone is mostly full of pictures of the doggy of Crafty Monkey, Daisy, who you met in a couple of videos ago. That's who I take pictures of. So we've just got 2 more of these to go. And then this one, should I answer normally or should I be sarcastic? That's pretty much me most of the time. So that's everything I ordered in this combined haul of Hochanda and Crafty Stash. I'll put the websites in the description box below. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.